Alright, as we move into footwear, moving away from the watches and the knives, footwear is still fairly new to the Wenger family of products. We'll start with the Marine line as well as the base camp line. The Marine line, this is brand new to the Wenger footwear collections for spring 2011. We'll start with the real statement shoe. I talked a little bit before about the Alinghi knife that Wenger created for the Swiss sailing team as part of a relationship. But here we have the shoes that the Alinghi team is going to be wearing. Available in white and black. These are, boating shoes. I like to say boating shoes at their finest. They have water exhaustion ports on the bottom and the sides. They're very lightweight. They also have a gripping bottom, so they're made specifically for a surface that's going to be slippery and wet. And then moving down, we have just some men's and women's footwear available in all different colors. You have one model which is available with a canvas upper. This is called the Windward. And then something a little bit different. If you want something, this is actually made from baseball glove leather. This is a model called the Catamaran. Like I said, these are available for men and women. And they're obviously available in an array of different colors. So moving over into the base camp footwear, some of these are carryover models from the fall 2010 line. We'll start with, this is a model called the Canyoneer. And this really can be used also as kind of like a trail shoe. Definitely can be used for that sort of application. And then we move down. This obviously offers a bit of ankle support. And then this is kind of like the little brother model. This is what we call the Tremor. It's the same model but low cut. And what Wenger Footwear did for spring 2011 is they introduced a new model. This is offered now in suede instead of just leather. And then you move over into some of the men's everyday, I like to say is kind of footwear that you could use as you go out at night. Footwear that you wear when you come off the trail, so to speak. And then you have some of the women's footwear as well.
We'll do it. I always like talking about it.
And then move over here. One of the mountaineering shoes that we have is the Bomber. This is constructed with nubuck leather upper. And you can see how it's got the rubber banding around the outsole of the shoe. It's also constructed as some of the other mountaineering and backpacking shoes in the line. It's constructed with OutDry waterproofing technology. If you're not familiar with OutDry, essentially what it is the new improved waterproof technology. And just to give you a quick rundown on how OutDry works. In comparison to some of the other waterproof technologies, if you take Gore-Tex for example, a lot of waterproof technologies are designed and created so that the inner booty of the shoe is not laminated to the outer of the shoe, so you have water penetration and the water essentially sits between the booty and the outer of the shoe, giving a lot of extra water weight, and the shoe then becomes non-breathable as well. With OutDry, you kind of eliminate that problem because the inner booty is laminated to the outer of the shoe, and OutDry is also extremely breathable, so it takes away that extra water weight and adds breathability to the shoe. So the shoe then becomes a lot more lightweight.
105 degrees still.
So moving down from the Bomber, you have a shoe. It's really more of a trophy shoe. It's very similar to a model that Wenger Footwear introduced with their fall 2010 line. That model was called the Diavolo. This particular model is called the San Rocco. It's made out of Italy, and it's constructed with Amphibio leather, which is one of the finest leathers that boots can be made of. Like I said, it's made out of Italy, so it's definitely a trophy shoe. It's very aesthetically pleasing. Got kind of a European look to it. Right now it retails for about $375. The Bomber retails for about $400. And then you move down into some shoes, some other backpacking shoes, a little bit lower in price point. This particular model is called the Eiger. The Eiger is, I like to say, it's sort of like the backbone of the Wenger footwear line. It's been in the line since Wenger footwear's inception in fall 2008. It was actually recently upgraded. It now is offered in the OutDry technology. But it's almost like a hybrid shoe. It can be used for backpacking, hiking. It really can be used for a lot of different applications. It's received a lot of excellent feedback thus far. That's why it's been kept in the line. It's got the heel rand, really just used to keep the shoe in place, and it's got the rubber randing around the outsole of the shoe. And one thing you'll notice with a lot of these backpacking and mountaineering shoes is that they're constructed also with Vibram outsoles, which have really become somewhat of the industry standard for outdoor footwear. And the Eiger is also available, became available earlier this year as part of the Wenger Patagonian Expedition race line. You can see the WPTR insignia on the outsole of the shoe here. And again, that goes along with Wenger's title sponsorship with the race itself. They became the title sponsor in 2009. And just to give you a quick background on WPTR, it's a 600-kilometer, 10-day race pitting different teams around the world. The 2010 race consisted of 14 different teams from different countries. And it's really just a grueling race. It takes place in the Patagonian region of southern Chile off Tierra del Fuego. And it's really a pretty exceptional race. And it's one of those things where if you finish it, it's kind of... you got a pat on the back just for that. So kind of moving more into like the trail footwear here. This is a model. This is also a carryover model from the fall 2010 line called the Expedition. And this is also somewhat of a hybrid shoe as well, as it's a very functional trail shoe, but can also be used for backpacking as well. It offers OutDry technology. It also offers a really interesting technology called Hyper Grip. If you can see on the bottom here, it offers these lighter gray parts of the sole of the shoe, and really they just act as extra gripping mechanisms if you're on like an uneven surface or a wet surface, and they really just offer more traction for the sole of the shoe. So if you move down to some of the other models here, you have a model here. This is called the Albion. The Albion really comes in two models. You have the Albion Mid here, and then you have the Albion Low. So if you wanted a little more ankle support, obviously you would go more with the Albion Mid. This is a waterproof shoe. It's also very breathable. It's got a mesh upper, so it is a little bit more lightweight than a typical mountaineering boot. This utilizes a proprietary technology to Wenger footwear called Swiss Dry, and also a waterproof technology. And again, it also utilizes the Vibram outsoles. So if you wanted to move down to something that still offered a lot of the same functionality, it's a little bit more breathable. This is actually a very sharp-looking shoe. This is called the Cirque, C-I-R-Q-U-E. It offers an EVA outsole and midsole, so it offers a lot of stability. For when you're on the trails, if you step on a sharp rock, what it really does is it disperses that impact outward, so it's not shooting up through your skeletal structure. A lot of people don't realize that something like that is actually pretty detrimental to a hiker. I mean, something like that can really lead to a lot more fatigue in the long run. So obviously that's a pretty important factor in being put into a trail, mountaineering, or backpacking shoe for that matter. So moving down here, you have a shoe that's a little lower on the price scale. This particular model is called the Anchor. This will retail for anywhere from 70, you're talking mid 70s to low 80s. And then you have another shoe over here, which is called the Appalachian. And I mean, this shoe, this is not completely waterproof, but is much more lightweight than the other trail shoes. So this could be used for something such as trail running if you decided to use it for something like that.